Hello everyone. Hope you all doing fine and good today. I want to today talk about Quran, demons, and Jesus, right? In the Bible. Okay, so the beginning of the Quran is basically the claim that it is Allah who basically sent the Quran, and He is the God of the prophets, and therefore you must believe in Muhammad, right? But here's the thing: Allah means God, yes, but look what it says here. Okay, Quran 15:9. It says it is indeed it is we who sent down the Quran, and indeed we will be its guardian. So people just notice those words and look now, okay? Mark 5:9. Jesus asked the demons, "What is your name?" "My name is Legion," he replied, "for we are many." Alright? So you can see already there are two like similar things there. The God of the Quran says he is we, and the demons talking through one man, when Jesus replied, "What's your name?" said, "We are many," right? After saying, "My name is Legion." And this is interesting because in Galatians 1:8, Paul says that even if we or an angel from heaven should preach a different gospel other than the one we preach to you, let him be accursed. Right? And look what Waraka says in Islam. He says that he's afraid it may be any other than Gabriel, for certain devils imitate him. Right? Certain devils, according to Islamic sources, or an Islamic source, uh, imitates Gabriel, giving credibility or basically reliability to Galatians 1:8. In this document before Islam, saying that angels can in fact mislead you if they are not from God. So when we look, for example, when we actually look what Walker said, right? That angels, I mean Gabriel, I mean certain devils imitate Gabriel, right? And we read here how this angel in Islam, the Islamic angel that came supposedly from Allah, how it all started with Muhammad. We can see that it's pretty demonic actually what happens there in the cave. If we read here, for example, the angel grabbed me so hard I thought it was death, said Muhammad. Remember, this was the first impression of the angel that came to Muhammad in the cave. All right, he was basically, yeah, he was basically the good one according to Muslims. And yeah, he grabbed Muhammad so hard he thought it was death. All right, and then Muhammad says, he then released me and said, "Read." He then grabbed me and pressed me so hard with it, I thought it was death. So this basically happened three times, right? Um, yeah. So this is. Wait, I got some things messed up there in a way because it's not like in order. 2 seconds. Yeah. Okay. I was just gonna do something. Anyways, and Muhammad also said the revelations comes to him in the ringing of a bell, right? So this is the revelations that this Gabriel basically came to him. And then later Muhammad said the bell is the musical instrument of Satan. It's like, come on, man. Like, can you decide, man? Like, what's happening here? Like an angel comes to Muhammad, grabs him so hard he thought it was death. Happened three times, right? And then boom, Islam is born. And says, guess what it says? It says they neither killed him nor crucified him. It was only made to appear so. Guys, this is basically an angel lying straight to your face, saying, "No, don't believe Jesus died for your sin. Believe everything else, but not this, because this is true, and you must deny it because I don't want you to have salvation." That's basically what the angel is saying here to Muhammad. All right, but guess what happened when Peter told Jesus after Jesus told him he must die? Then Peter said to him, according to Matthew 16:22, he said, "Lord, may this never be so." Basically, Jesus was going to die on the cross, right? But Jesus turned and said to Peter, "Get behind me, Satan." Right? And then he says, "For you are a stumbling block to me." Right? So that's the thing, because yeah, that just shows that Jesus had to die. But this angel, 600 years later, comes to Muhammad and say, "Wa makatluhu wa maslubuhu." They didn't kill him, they crucified him. It was only made to appear. Right? But what does Jesus say? Because we must let Jesus speak for himself, right? And he says, "I was dead, and behold, I am alive forevermore." All right. And what more, the angels also in the end of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, it they do say that Jesus has risen from the dead. Even Jesus himself in Mark, I think it was 10:45, right, or 9:32, and all these things. Jesus predicts his own death and resurrection, that he will raise from the dead. His apostles preached that Jesus died on the cross and he was raised from the dead by God's power. They preached to everyone, right? This happened publicly, right? Everybody could see this happen. There's no way that this was a trick, no matter who did it, basically, because this is what history records. And history records that Jesus died for your sins, folks. I mean, this is one of the most certain facts of history. All the historians and scholars say this, all right? The only reason for not believing this is to redefine evidence and prove all these things and say, no, Islam is true because one angel came to Muhammad and grabbed him so hard he thought he was dead, right? 3 times, and said, Jesus did not die for you, all right? And therefore we believe that he's a prophet because, whoa, the Quran is just amazing, basically, is what they say. All right, but that's the main message. And we were warned by Jesus and Paul that even if an angel from heaven comes and preaches a different gospel to him, yeah, for him to be accursed. And Warka in Islam says that certain devils imitate Gabriel, and Muslims, of course, will not believe that this was anyone other than Gabriel for, yeah, cognitive dissonance, right? So here's the thing that that although the main message of Islam is not really one God, because I mean the Bible also teaches one God. Okay, the brother of Jesus says, "You believe God is one, right? Good," he says. Even the devils believe in each other, right? So believing in God is one is not a one-way ticket to heaven. All right, it's not a one-way ticket to heaven. You have to believe Jesus died on the cross for you. If not, you remain in your sins. Because if Jesus did not take your sin, if you don't accept that sacrifice, guess what? You must go to damnation. Because your sin lies upon you, and you must take the consequence of it yourself, because you chose to not have a ransom. Alright? You chose to deny the cross of the suffering of the Messiah, of Jesus, that he would die for you. Yeah, because he loved you, and you chose to not believe that he did it in love for you. So you must believe that one man 600 years later, um, yeah, is right compared to all the cloud of witnesses that says this actually happened. All right. So I want to remind you guys of this because if Jesus died on the cross for you, let's be honest, what lie do you think the devil will make, or the evil one? Do you think he would say, yeah, this happened, believe this? Or would you do you think he would take this away because here's where the salvation is, and rather say, no, 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 don't believe this, just believe in God, and the prophet, of course, that says it didn't happen. So what do you think is most logical? All right, think about this because Jesus' crucifixion is a fact of history. Most historians believe it happened, and if you deny it, well, you still remain in your sins. So will you accept Jesus into your life, the Son of God, sent by God, so that you could be with him in paradise, as he told the thief? Truly I tell you, right today, you shall be with me in paradise. After he repented, after mocking him, while he did not and perished. Alright, what do you guys think? Choose the narrow way. Choose God and Jesus and paradise, which was named by Jesus. I mean, which he mentioned, before he died, and which you can also walk in if you let him take your sins, and for God to reward you, for you will now have the righteousness of Jesus Christ and enter heaven through that. Will you do this? Will you accept this? Will you believe this? Will you follow the Son of God who says, I lay down my life for my friends? Will you accept the sacrifice? Will you follow him? Will you take up your cross and follow him? Will you do what he says, or will you simply go another way? Think about this, guys, okay? God bless you all, stay safe, and have a really wonderful day. Bye bye.